folks, Weatherman Sam, man in the big green hat. It's a beautiful April day here in central Tennessee. I'm just a little piece south of Nashville at Peacock Hill Nature Park. It's a wonderland, honestly. There's tons of trails. We're gonna do them all today, about 5 miles worth. Some great overlooks, some gorgeous trees, including the one I'm staring at right now, and hopefully lots of wildflowers. Let's go see it. We got the first pond here on the Oak Libby Trail. The trail so far is wide and gravel. The woods are not open. You got all the blackberries here. They are absolutely loaded with blooms. This will be a nice little treat later in summer. Here we've come up on the second pond. In the pond loop. We'll go down to the edge here. Some trees in bloom. Look at the rabbit. Oh, that was cool. Folks, Weatherman Sam, man in the big green hat. I am here at Peacock Hill Nature Park, southeast from Nashville, Williamson County, home to several hundred acres of protected land now, thanks to the land trust and the Oak Libby family. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. There's some really nice scenery here. I'm standing right beside the second of ponds, and there's supposed to be some fantastic overlooks, and hoping for some wildflowers. It's a gorgeous, warm spring day, so let's go see what we find. Little dry stream here leading to the pond. Here's the first notable wildflower of the day. It's a larkspur. We're definitely into that kind of transitionary period of the early spring stuff and summer, and this is one of the beauties you find this time of year. Always love that coloration. Absolute ton of larkspur on this stretch of trail. Little tufts of purple absolutely everywhere. There's a lighter coloration. Most would probably walk past this thinking, oh, it's nothing special or whatnot. But I saw this, you can see this spiraled leaf pattern here. This Later on we'll put up a stalk. This is the beginnings of the green dragon. Storm damage. Absolutely massive tree that they had to cut down here. I mean, you can look at these and tell they're well over 100 years old. I may take a photo of this so that I can count the rooms later. See, nothing in bloom, but there's an extremely sweet smell drifting down from the hill. Extremely sweet smell. See a number of turtles out in the mud. It's a great spot just to sit and enjoy. Back on the Ogilvy Trail, going uphill. Forest sure is pretty. The whole hillside earlier in the spring would be absolutely covered in trout lilies. We're unfortunately past bloom time for them now. This is possibly more larkspur than I've ever seen anywhere. There's so much up through the woods here that I know the camera's not picking up. It's quite nice. So we're up here at a great junction. We've come up the Ogilvy Trail, done this loop, and now we're at the junction with Saddle Ridge, the Chapel Trail, and the other continuation of the Ogilvy. And we are going to take the Saddle Ridge, which I'm told there's fantastic views. We were standing in the center of the Tennessee Valley Divide. You're standing in the center of the Tennessee Valley Divide here. All the streams to the north of this flow into the Cumberland River up near Nashville. South go into the Duck River and then eventually the Tennessee River. Now you're on a beautiful mid-spring day. Temperatures are great. And there's hardly anybody around. I passed just one couple so far. This spot's kind of nestled out of the way, so I suppose that's to blame for it. But it's well worth the trip. Some beautiful mature trees on this trail up the Saddle Hill, and just a few little rock outcroppings there. It's the first I've seen of that so far. This is Phacelia in bloom. Beautiful little pinkish flowers. You can see the top of the ridge there. I almost want to go up there. Itching to see that view. I have a feeling, unfortunately, most of the trail here are going to be these basically old roads. See the tire tracks and whatnot. I prefer a more natural setting, but this is still nice. Lots of bamboo through here. It also appears to be sprayed. This kind of bamboo just takes over everything. Teeny tiny little yellow violets in bloom. There's a little white wild violet. The woods have such an interesting look. There's so many vines, so many thick vines. Almost gives it a bit of a jungle feel in a way. Check out this tangle of vines. Those are thick enough. If they were hanging from a tree, you could swing on them. Interesting artifact someone's left behind. It's not a railroad up here. Look at these three interesting little spikes there. So what kind of nail would this have been? Or is this part of a horseshoe? I believe this is part of a horseshoe originally, and it's just degraded to that. Well, that's cool. This reminds me of a trip that I took to North Carolina a few years back with Robin, and just these rolling gorgeous hills. I always tell people you can find really interesting places just practically right outside your back door. You don't have to travel that far. Now we're coming up on some views. Oh wow. You can see forever up here. Not a single house or anything, just woods as far as the eye can see. Hog riding on the thermals up there. Yeah, what a pretty spot. How about that for a view? Jack in the pulpit. Awesome find. I love that stripe pattern. Gorgeous pattern and coloration on this rock. I don't know enough about geology to say what all is going on here, but that's really, really pretty. Unexpected find. This is Dutchman's breeches, and the flowers are, of course, gone. You can still see some hints of what it was in the spring. Wow, this entire hillside is covered in Dutchman's breeches. I wish I had known this a few weeks ago. Going slightly off trail here. Another gorgeous view of these rolling hills. I really do enjoy this landscape. Cool up higher, and you can see these rock formations now. It's a very new trail. fact, I don't see it on the map at all. Oh, this gorgeous view. Up here we go again. Tons of trillium. Not sure what variety. Unless this is the red trillium, prairie trillium or something. Maybe worth checking back here sooner than later, once I can find one bloomed out. Well, obviously this was a trail in progress, because it just sort of ends. But unfortunately, we gotta make our way back down. We're back at that intersection from before. Now we're going up the Chapel Trail. All kind of little roads that go off from here. Like, I bet that leads up to a nice little overlook. It's not an official trail, and it's overgrown. Interesting construction for a bench. Love this open prairie view. Lots of blackberries here in bloom. Got this little stream crossing here. It's been so dry of late. I always wonder, is there a little waterfall or something down? But I don't see any evidence for it here. You can see all this evidence of shells. There's this is just loaded with old fossils. I almost see there's part of a shell there. Really cool. It's a pretty area. Ooh. That's really nice. Quite a nice view from here too. Now we're back in the woods. Peacock Hill. Finally to the top of the hill. Oh, I spoke too soon. So this is the other side of the Tennessee Valley Divide. This is gorgeous land. So you're looking toward Murfreesboro, Tennessee here on top of Hog Hill. It's one of the 5 tallest hills in Williamson County. And what a nice view it is. I'm up to intersection here, the Levy Trail, and this is the Grackle Hill Trail. Cool. This is among the shortest of trails, but the views were supposed to be quite rewarding. And there's some kind of tower at the top that I know of. You can tell I'm out of breath. I don't do a lot of hills anymore, at least not right now. I'm trying to get my hiking leg back under me in a way. Also running out of time before the park closes. It's the one beautiful thing about the national forest that I love to hike. I don't have to worry about that. Here I do. So here's the infamous tower. We've even got a ladder to climb. This will be interesting. I haven't done that in a while. And you can't see anything from up here. Maybe in the wintertime and the leaves are down. on the Oglivie Trail. Surrounded on both sides by blackberry thickets. Coming along with this adventure, I hope you enjoyed all of the sights. I love that open grassland, rolling hills, prairie type stuff. And I love every landscape to some degree. And all the larkspur were nice. That was the big wildflower that we saw today. And some of the overlooks were fantastic. I wish I'd had a few more hours to play with, to sit and enjoy it more. But you always wish you had a little more time. So take what time you do have and get out there and explore and stay wild.